this far with us. I don't take it for granted. God bless you. So today, welcome to this new episode of Unmasked. And if you've been following, and I hope you have, we've been having a series about what we wish our parents would know or understand about us as young adults. And we decided to bring parents. And from the last episode, as you have seen with Mr. Kageshe, tumewekwa laini, we've been told to understand parents. So we decided to bring somebody to represent a mother figure. And we're going to talk about us as young adults and what we should understand them and how we should understand them, what is there to understand in the first place. So we'll let you introduce yourself. Who are you? What district you are? And you're a mother, of course. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Nyokabi. And the youth at large for coming up with such a program. It's eye-opening to all of us, and just trust it that is coming from you. I mean, as a start, that is what we know that you can do. We trust you, and you can go to the skies, you can reach the stars. So as a way of introduction, my name is Zipporah Jambidhambu. I'm from this church, PCA Church, for the longest time, and I'm of Bellevue District. I'm a mother of 3 adults, actually.
Not even young.
Not young, they're just adults. They're big. They're like 31, going to 32, 28, and 20.
Okay. You have a young adult at
Yes.
All right. So maybe we can start with, in the first episode, when I was here with my colleague, we talked about many things that we wish and hoped that our parents would understand. So what are some of the things you would want young adults to understand parents for?
Yeah. They are there. And to start with, I'm guided with a verse that is Matthew 7, 9, 10, I think 11, where Jesus asked, if your parents, as evil as they, I mean, we are not perfect, and the word that Jesus was using was like evil, know how to give you good gifts. What about God who is perfect? So when I look at Jesus actually understood that parents, with all our weaknesses and everything, we love you and we like to give you good gifts, would like you to live well, but that is with a lot of limitations. Sometimes actually we don't achieve so because we are also limited. And I think Jesus knew that. So we'd like you kind of to understand that much as your parents, and you found us grown-ups, you found us big, we also have our limitations, and we wish you well. Even whatever we do, sometimes we make a mess of everything, but we love you. I think the bottom line is that love you, and you'd like to give you good things. We'd like you to be the best. Actually, parents overrate their children. We just like, I believe that my children are the best, Yeah.
While your child is out there in campus and we don't know what they're doing. I feel like a lot of young people look at their parents with, as I said, even with the previous episode, and I would like to pass it through you to see what you think about it. There are times, as we're growing up now in my generation, probably like now 17, 18, all the way to 25, you find that how we were raised was entirely different because our thoughts are, you as our parents, you are trying to get money and give us a life that you never had. So by the grace of God, most of us went to good schools. Most of us never slept hungry, and we had a good life. But in that quest, in that process of trying to get a lot of money or money generally to provide a good life for your child or your children, you were not there. So we grew up, either we raised ourselves morally or behavioral wise, or we were raised by the house helps.
Yeah.
Is that true? What do you think?
Sadly true. Sadly true. You know, let's let's agree, because if you don't accept the truth, we will not improve.
Yeah.
And it is something like in the hindsight when I look about it, it was not right. And maybe it's something that you young people will need to take it up and just strike a balance. Because definitely you want good life, you want good schools, but what is good school? You know, actually people have to think about it. What is good school? If I take my child to Nairobi Primary School, which is city council,
Yeah.
or I take my child to Makini School, which is good school? I think those are the things that as we just rush to go to those high cost schools, I don't know. And I don't want to say Makini is bad, but I'm just trying to say what is good, because you are so right, spot on, that we actually went out. My husband is working full day. I'm working full day.
Yeah.
We
When we
come,
come back.
we are tired. You know, it's just like, how was your day? You know, whatever happened during the day, whatever happened in school, you can't tell me because there's no time to tell me.
Yeah.
And I keep on saying, time with children, people say quality, but I also say quantity. It is in quantity that you get quality. Because if I'm not there and you came from school and you were beaten or done something, you not have time to tell me.
That's true.
So I want to say we need to strike a balance, because at the same time, you still need to take your children to good schools and they get
Yeah.
good education.
Yes.
But ask yourself that big question: what is good school?
Okay. So it is true.
It's true.
It is
I
true.
agree.
But another thing that also came up a lot was the issue of not being able to have conversations with us. So growing up, there were certain topics that were taboo. Completely.
I know them.
Like you talk about money and how, because personally, growing up, I was told save. I don't know what to save and I don't know what to spend.
Yeah.
So when I became an adult, now I'm earning my 2 shillings and 3 shillings. I don't know how to use it, how to save. Where am I saving? What are investments?
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I find a struggle of which I would like to go to my parent, but this is a conversation that has never been had.
Been hard, yeah.
Things like sexuality. Kwanza in this generation, sexuality. Hey, people are really wild out here.
Yeah.
But how do you think are some of the ways we can introduce some of these topics? How do you see the necessity of it in the first place?
Sure.
And how can we introduce them?
Sure. Like the issue of money and investments, because money is about a value system, seriously speaking. Because like even today when you meet a guy or you meet somebody, you'd know what is their value system around money. And that one you actually determine whether you want to be with them and live for them. Because there are some people who believe in money for money. It's like a means in itself. It's like a need in itself rather than a means. So those are the value system that we need to tell our children. It is not all lost. Much as you guys have become young adults, we can still have those conversations, because in terms of investing, is there, give it up to us, because we have invested. Our generation, we have invested.
That's true.
We have invested, maybe because the way we were brought up, or fear of poverty. You grew with little, so we are well invested.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the communication that you have not offered.
Yes.
But still come to me. I can tell you, I'm not an expert in finances, but I can tell you how to save with your cooperative. When you are getting 40,000, make sure that part of it goes to your circle, for example. That is one way.
Yeah.
Make sure that your rent, that what you're paying, you're not paying half. You're not paying
half of
50%.
your salary. Yeah.
Doesn't go to your rent. No, a quarter should go, and then like that. So those ones I can teach you. And even I believe even all the parents in my generation, they would be, but we didn't have that conversation. Of course, some of us, or maybe your parents, could have a, what do you call it, that kapiki bank. But you see, also you didn't know so much of the meaning. So there's so much you can learn, and you can talk with each other. It's not lost. Even at this age, you can still share. But for the young parents who are listening to us, they need to calculate it from when the kids are small. Give them that piggyback. When you give them like 20 shillings, ask them to put
Like 10
10
or
in
like
it,
5.
and then they can use it at the end of it, maybe to buy something that they have been wanting instead of you buying them. So
That's true.
I think that's something we can still learn together. In terms of sexuality, that one, here,
That one is zero.
nine
Actually,
zero.
that one is zero because I don't even, especially in the African setting, is there really me? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I hear when I was in high school, I will hear of my friends and my classmates who their mothers have sat them down, but some of them were not even Kenyan, sat them down and told them, okay, this is how it goes. A guy approaches you, this is what happens, this is how it goes. Some of us, some of us, I will tell you for a fact. I think, and maybe you can, if you're a lady like me, you either told by your aunties and your parents, usijaribu kuleta mimba hapa. And that was it.
And
So
you
however you get that mimba, don't do it, I guess.
yeah.
I think. But my question is, now that as young adults, we've gotten to the point where we're making our own decisions, we're making our own, because you could tell us one thing, but then as an adult,
Yeah.
I'll do another.
Yeah.
That's also something else that maybe we can make people understand. But what is the one thing that can bridge the gap between, or maybe a few things that can bridge the gap between parents and young people to come together and actually say there are issues and we'll work on it, or this relationship of ours, we'll try and work on it?
That's challenging, and especially at our generation, maybe we're a little bit better. There's something that Olivia, we must agree that there's a lot of development from one generation to another to another to another. For example, you at least, maybe you're told by your mom, when you reach age 11 or 12 or what, there's something that will happen to your body. Maybe she'd even put for you some pads in your bags and show you how to use it. At least that was a development. Maybe in her or in our, nobody ever told you something like that. You just woke up at one morning and you found things that you don't know what to do. So I believe that room is there, and it is so important, because when I tell you don't bring that pregnancy, do you know you can actually bring it very quickly because you want to find out how can a pregnancy be brought.
Yeah.
So there's that
That's
curiosity. But when we talk about it openly, the development stages of a young man, how you're developing, and I believe when a young man hears this from their dad, it will stick in their head. It will stick in their head when they are told by their father that when you reach this age, you do like this, your voice will break, your body will feel like this, your body will feel like this. What are you supposed to do about it? Even for a girl, when you reach this age, what are you supposed to feel? When a boy, how far can a boy touch you or not touch you? you know
It's
you
not
know
supposed to be a taboo.
it is not supposed to be a taboo, because all these things we experience is let it be stored.
Even our parents experienced them.
What are you saying? Hata saa ingine ukitoka church papo, mkienda unaona mtu amekubeba mkono, amekushika mkono, it's like you also have those
Tuambiane
things.
ukweli.
So hatuwezi kukata, hata maybe hapa kwa church hatujui, so we should be able to like come
Talk
out and
about
say
it.
yes, you can have this. What does it mean to hold hands? What does it lead to? Why not? Because sometimes you're told don't. So why shouldn't I anyway? If it is good, why shouldn't I? So those are the hard questions that you should address. And I want to say that tunajaribu, musitupatie zero. At least
Wanna try.
Yeah.
But we've been told to understand parents. But let me also ask, what are some of the things that you feel you can learn from us as young adults? Because this life, I think growing up, we always looked at our parents as people who know everything. And then you get to become a young adult, and then you remember why. I was seeing memes on Instagram where somebody said, as you grow older, you now understand why there was that one uncle in family gatherings who was always drunk. You'll understand when you become a young adult. You now understand,
Yeah.
because these things, as much as maybe parents can tell us and tell us all the time, but what are some of the things parents can learn from us as young adults, so that we don't feel like we're not doing anything in life?
For me, I think there's a lot. There's a lot because you guys are so exposed to a lot. And one thing I've realized that you've also know how to sift what is good and what is bad. Much as sometimes you fall into what is bad, but you've learned how to sift, and you can learn a lot. Because for me, the way I look at it, I reached a certain level, but I know my children can reach a higher level with the kind of knowledge that you people are getting, the exposure. You can get to higher levels. So I would like to listen to you, but also at the same time, you also understand my fears and you help me overcome those fears, because definitely you have fears, you know. And I would want you to fly up. I would like to go to America, but at the same time, I'm asking myself, the drugs will be waiting for her, you know, free sexual issues, this human rights business, you know. So I have my anxiety, which can hold you without knowing, and yet I want you to fly. So I think there should be that openness, that relationship that you're telling me, or rather, you you make me trust you, because you see, trust, like, you have to show me that I can trust you with the small things. Like, you tell me I'll be back maybe at 8 or at 9. Can you be back at that 9? So that way I'll trust you that even when you tell me you're going to wherever, I know that you'll be able to control yourself. But that notwithstanding, we can learn so much from you, because you people, you know a lot. You know, you're trading also with fashion, everything. We can trust that you can do much more than us. I mean, I did not become a president in this nation, and I will not. But who knows? Maybe my son or my grandchild will become.
Yeah.
So I should be able to support you in that. But also understand me that I have some my two fears.
Okay. Bottom line is understanding each other. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Either way, I think something that I've really learned from you and Mr. Kageshe is, even us as parents, even you as parents, you have your fears, you have your worries. And I actually asked Mr. Kageshe what are some of the worries that he has as a parent. He said there are so many worries. What are some of the worries you have as a parent?
The worries that I have for my young adults and for you guys here in church, when I look at you, sometimes I worry about that. Are you cautious about the influence, you know, the negative influence outside there? You know, do you have that knowledge? You know, like, I can't stop you from going to a disco, because maybe your intention is just to go there, dance, throw your hands up and legs
And
down,
smile.
and smile and hug. But are you cautious that there could be other schemes that could be working against you? Sometimes just worries me. Are these people aware? You know?
Okay.
Or do they have that bone to say no? Do they have that courage to say no? You know, or are they the negative influencers? You know, is my child the negative
Maybe by
influencer?
then you're the one who's negative influencing. Maybe you're the one who's negative influence.
Influencing. So those are some of the fears. And also, of course, we fear diseases, sicknesses, HIV. You know, sometimes people say that these days, girls fear pregnancy more than the HIV,
That is
something
true.
like that. So,
Hey, you've not had the way P2 is being taken like njugu every weekend,
you know,
every Monday morning. P2.
you
And
know.
you know that thing is supposed to only be taken like once or twice a year.
Well, I didn't know that, but
Yes.
what I can say is that fear of, fine, you're fearing pregnancy. What about diseases? You know, there are so many other things. So,
Yeah.
just, you know, that some of those things, that take care of yourself, you know, take care of yourself. And also you're conscious, you know, you're moral conscious. We don't want you to be like jumping there throughout the night, doing whatever here. Now we're also in the morning praising God, God, God. You know, let us also, anyway, let me not go there. But, you know, those are some of the fears. Then also the fears of the financial independence. You know, I'm a parent. Right now I'm going down there. Nimefika your peak. I'm about to retire, you know. So
Yeah.
my also fear is, will my young adults or you guys be able to be like financially stable.
Dependent, yeah.
Financially stable. So I'm saying as you are well invested. So like I don't think our age will bother you people to take for us insurance or whatever. We are taken care of. But will you be able to take care of yourself? You know, I don't want to start paying for you insurance, you know, when you are like this age, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So ni kujipanga. So those are some of the fears that you want your children to try.
But you know the thing about young adults, especially right now, I don't think a lot of young people are invested in financial stability. It's by the way, not a lot of people, because you find a lot of, I've been on the internet and you hear the older generation saying how lazy our generation is. Like, people don't want to work, they don't want to work hard generally for what they want to get. Okay, this is my debate. We are living in very different times. Jobs, when our parents just left campus, jobs were there. There were jobs everywhere. Yani, in fact, it wasn't even about your status, who you know. It was almost as if you know you'll get a job in your area, in your field. Now, I'm a communication student personally. Do you know how many communication students are in Kenya? Even just Nairobi. So I think also it's not about laziness. Yes, granted, there are some very lazy youths. They are there. But is it do we blame parents for the mere fact that maybe even if it's not employment, there's something else that they can do business wise for not nurturing that? Because maybe this person wanted to get into business and sell beauty products, but their parent wanted them to be a doctor. But then now even nursing is not easy to get as a job.
I agree with you, and it is a point where we are also as a nation. And it is good that even in the new leadership, their manifesto, they are talking about creating employment. But that said, I would like us to look at each case with its own merit, not to generalize. When I look at you, is it laziness or is it that you don't have something to do? You know, let's look at each case differently and with its own merit. Because if you're there, and well, you finished your communication course and you don't have, but you can find maybe something you're doing, even volunteering in church. I don't think like Nyokabi, whatever you work you're doing here, you get paid or anything, you know, or whatever it is, you know, in that volunteering, you're doing something productive and somebody will support you. And from here, you never know. You can get something that, even if it will not earn you all that money, but you start somewhere. So what I would want to say to our young people, wherever you are, just be productive. Be productive. Even you're in that house and you don't have a job, and maybe even in your house there's no help, or there's a help, you can tell your mom, let this help go. We'll be helping with the housework. Maybe by the end of the month, you can give me the money that you're giving the help and maybe something else, so that you can have fare to go or to just start something in YouTube or whatever it is that you do, but be of help. You know, release a house help, so that you can also. So each case, I want to look at it in its own merit, and somebody to be productive in their own way. In their own way. You can even start, you know, shonering something with your hands, or even that. And I believe, even as you said from the scripture which you read at the beginning about us parents know how to give good gifts. If for sure I see you're active and everything, what will not make me get a loan and maybe get you that shop for the beauty products, you know, or anything like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our parents can do that. Actually, I've seen there's a story I saw of a kid who was lying to the parents the entire time that they've been going to the university. Sometimes I also sympathize with parents because this child has been going to class.
Thank you.
And this person, kumbe, is eating the school fees fully. So I think I would say maybe just generally, as young people in this generation, I feel like we've gotten, I don't know whether to say courage to voice out things, but we are not really looking at the other side, the other spectrum.
Yeah, and Olivia, I think it's good if I could mention this, that whatever it is that you are going through, it's something like even as parents would want to know about you, because even for that person who is eating that school fees, there must be something that is happening in their life. And if it is possible for you to just share it, just to have that openness without fear. In fact, like, you should not fear even the reaction. Let somebody know the truth. No, let your parent know the truth. The earlier the better, because it will still be known. So just tell them, I will not go to that school because of XYZ, because maybe you don't like the course which I took you for. And so you just be telling me I'm going. So the best thing is to, like, let me tell them, kikiumana mapema. You say, mapema. I'm not going to that college because of XYZ. So don't let them pay. Just stay at home until when you are able to agree to change your course or something else. Yeah.
So we are learning something. We're understanding that communication is key for both parents and us as young adults. And that communication comes with responsibility, because how you speak is also very important to your parents. But I think we've learned a lot. This series has been a lot. Maybe I can close by saying, hey guys, I think I said in the beginning of this series, I said we are a generation of healing. That's what I said. And I believe we are. Because if we are not, then we wouldn't be here. This thing would not be disturbing us as badly as it is. But personally, I've identified that it's an issue. And our parents even, Mrs. Zipporah Thambo has said, it's an issue. It is a problem that we need to seek solution for. And we don't have direct answers. We can't tell you,
I
do
like
this.
that issue of healing. Let me just cut you short. Because the answers will come. Zitatoka hapa. There is no way Kagesha will sit here, I will sit here, Nyokafi will sit here, and we lack the answer. Because the problems is within us. It's within the father, represented by Kagesha, myself, So there's no way you're going to sit here and not come up with an answer. And I love that we are the healing generation. Congratulations. I want to clap to you.
Yes.
And you know what? What you're showing me is exactly what you are saying. What do the parents expect of their children? Coming with such a thing that you are the healing generation. And you're going to heal us. Because you have also gone through so much pain ourselves. We've gone through so much hurt. We don't know. In my generation, we didn't know that people can go for therapy or counseling. Now I'm running it.
It's now that it's a thing.
So you are the people who are going to heal us. I'm telling you. You are the people who are going to heal us, to heal your parents.
Okay. The responsibility is not on the parents alone. It's on us also. Because as Mr. Kagesha said in the previous episode, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
So you be willing to heal, them they'll be willing to heal.
Yeah.
We try and sort out this whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's such a big issue. We want to try and see if we can improve parent-child relationships, especially as an adult. Because I don't understand why you should not have a good relationship with your parents. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
It's true. And bottom line is love. Sometimes our love for each other has been destroyed by mistrust, dishonesty. But I will not lie to you. There is no parent mwenye apendi mtoto wake. It's like, but sometimes the expression of that love does not come out the way it's expected from the other side. Or you also love me and you care about him, but the way you express to me doesn't show. So we just have to learn how to communicate and not to fear, not to fear. Even if you know that you're going to stay out late, don't tell me that I will come at 9. Yet in your mind you're going to come at
3
or 3.
Yeah, 3
so
a.m.
Say here 3, let me look up and down, but just tell me I'll be responsible. But because you leave me, I'll settle that it is 3. You know how much I'll be. But instead of me looking at the watch, it is 9. and you're not there. So that mistrust comes in. But if you're able to just discuss and tell, I'll be at 3, but what I'm doing, I'm just going for dancing. Those drugs you feel I'm not going to take, just those assurances,
So assure, that's the code. Yeah. Assure your parents. That's the code. We've gotten one secret as a young adult. Assure, but also, you have to be doing the right thing, because your parent will not endorse you doing the wrong thing. It is given. If your parent is endorsing you to do a wrong thing, that is not good. Please run for your life. Anyway, I think this has been an amazing series, an amazing episode. Let us know what else you would want us to talk about. Maybe there's something we missed in these episodes. Maybe there's somebody you want us to invite here. Tell us who you want us to invite. We will gladly do that. But I think for now, please, let's understand each other. Let's understand each other as parents, as young adults, because both parents and young adults watch this. So let's understand each other, okay? And I think for me, it's been a pleasure doing this series. I look forward to doing more. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Zipporah.
Welcome.
God bless you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
God bless you too.
If you don't subscribe, please. By the way, we've noticed that a lot of people watch our videos and they've not subscribed. Why are you not subscribed? Don't do that. Don't break our hearts.
Please do.
Please subscribe.
Please do.
We'll beg you. Please subscribe. God bless you. Have an amazing time. I've been your host, Olivia Nyokabi, and it's bye.
Cut.